Good morning. Today is lesson 12-5, the distance formula. It is May 21st, and we learned about the distance formula way back when in the beginning of the year. Here's the thing. Next week we're going to be learning a little about circles, and we need to know how to use the distance formula to help us find our radius. So we're going to go over the distance formula today. That way we can tackle circles rather easily next week. So the learning target for today is I can apply the distance formula to find, well, it should be to calculate the distance between 2 points. So the definition is that it is used to find the length of a given segment on the coordinate plane. The formula is d is equal to the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Now again, order doesn't matter. As long as you do x1, then you gotta do x2, then you gotta do y1, then you gotta do y2. So it's really the exact same thing as this. D equals the square root of delta x squared plus delta y squared. So you can use that formula as well, because it's just the change in x plus the change in y squared. So question number 1, find the distance between the points A, -2, -2, and B, 3, 5. So we simply write out our formula. D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So we get D equals the square root. Our x2 is 3, and our x1 is -2, so I have 3 minus a -2, squared, plus, I'll do this one in green now, 5 minus a -2. So if you're a student who likes to color code things, go ahead and color code today. And now we simplify. I forgot a parenthesis. So we get 3 minus a -2 is really 3 plus 2, which is 5. So I have D equals radical 5 squared plus 5 minus a -2, which is 7. 7 squared. So I get 25 plus 49. Don't forget to take the square root. 25 plus 49 is, 1 second, 74. So I get radical 74. And I try to rationalize, because we like to put our things in simplest radical form. So I have 2 and 37. Nothing makes 2, nothing makes 37, so this is just radical 74 as your final answer. So now what you should do is you should try to do the next question by yourself, which is find the distance between the points x, -1, -6, and y, 7, 9. If you're still stuck, you can follow along and watch how we approach, but you should pause at some point and try to do the rest of the question by yourself. So the first thing we do is we rewrite our formula of D equals the square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So I have D equals my x2 of 9 and my x1 of -6. So I have 9 minus a -6, all in parentheses, plus 7 minus a -1. And I square it. So I get D equals square root of 15 squared plus 8 squared. So I get distance equals 15 squared is going to be 225. And 8 squared is 64. Add them up. And you should get distance is equal to the square root of 289. If I type square root of 289 in my calculator, I'll know that it's equal to 17. And that's your final answer. So here's what you have to do now. You need to write down your daily noticing your question, and then complete the independent practice. It's not a Delta Math, it's a worksheet. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email myself or Miss Kimmick. I'm going to zoom in on each of the questions, that way you see the work. And then you can have a very, very great day.